So we've come through and we've got our pieces. As you can see, they are very nicely, they're even, they're square, and they're the right length. Now, if we want to double check that, you always do want to double check that, of course. You come through and being aware that the tape may throw it slightly off, but we're still going to keep these pieces together. Come up, you can check that for square, and look, with a little bit of intentionality over at the disc center there, we've got it perfectly square. And then you check the other one. Once again, she's looking good. Coming through, checking it square, beautiful, and beautiful. Now, as I said, it's very important that your pieces are square and to the right length. Square is more important than the right length. So please take some time and be intentional. If you need help, come and see me at any stage. Now, we're here and we're up to the next step, and we're actually getting prepared to trim these down a little bit. So if you look at the existing piece, you notice that our pieces are quite high in comparison, like so. Very high actually. 40 mils too high, 40 millimeters too high. So we're gonna cut these down to 100 millimeters. Very first thing we need to do is go through and mark these up for that cut. So I like to come through, I'm gonna get my trusty ruler and pencil. This time I'm gonna run my piece right up to the edge of this one, and I mark down to 100 mil, and I'm gonna do it over near the edge, like I said, 100 mil. I'm then going to use my square, ensuring that this back edge is right up against there. I'm going to continue that line across. I will then repeat that action on the second one. Once again, coming through, lining that up, right near the edge, of course, because you don't want any angle on your piece, or on the ruler. Mark that at 100, and come through. Now this can be where you look at your pieces and you're like, hang on, the pieces I want to cut off, the pieces I want to keep. It doesn't worry me at all, as long as I've got them facing the same direction. If they're not facing the same direction, well then you're in trouble. And as you can see with me, I'm gonna have to rewrite my measurements on here, so that's fine. So that now we've got them on the block. After you've done that, you can then go around, and you can continue them around, because we're gonna keep our pieces together, but we still wanna be able to see where that 100 mil line ends. So we'll come across there, continue that, and when you continue around edges, it can be handy to give yourself a little bit of a notch to mark up to. Coming through, lining that up, adding that on, and then you can continue that around. What you do to one, you must do to the other, and your line should effectively meet up. So mine's just off, and that's fine. That's like 0.5 millimeter off. That's completely fine. Remember, what you do to one, you must do the other, so you're gonna mark up the second board so that it is the same with all the lines marked around.